I get a tool in my hand, I play with it really, really, really hard. And when you look at the Lemoine Star tool, all of the focus has been on the point. But the back end of the tool, the Lemoine Star tool, has
You're fine. I didn't want to be in her way.
guidelines back in on this end. And those I use for fussy cutting. And I say that in your instructions, but some people know fussy cutting, some people don't know fussy cutting. Fussy cutting allows you to use the back end and to stack up your fabrics 8 layers deep and use that back end to fussy cut the diamonds so that you can get this kaleidoscope type effect. Because it requires a little bit different approach, you can't be doing strip piecing. One of the things that as I figure out other things to do with the tools is I start to put together what are called technique sheets. Now, how many of you know about my technique sheets? They are process-oriented cards. They take you with the tool. There's a little flag up there that says this is a process for the Lemoine Star. Something else that's not in the basic set of instructions. The basic instructions are great, but there's more you can do with it. A couple other things that we have on these, they all have hole punches so you can store them somewhere. They give a difficulty level on there. You know, those stars are, 1 or 2 stars. You can do those in the afternoon with a glass of wine. You get to some of the 5-star ones, don't be fooling around. Coffee, first thing in the morning, no distractions, because those are pretty hard. But I thought I'd show you. We have, I think, a total of 6 or 7 or 8. Back end of the tool, how you do it, how you create those with oversized triangles and make fussy cutting is one of them. This is a mistake that has happened to several people in here, where you actually piece your Lemoine Star into triangles. Now this is kind of interesting because you can use this as setting pieces. I've done this in a number of things. I've used this for interesting borders. But piecing together as triangles is a lot more challenging to trim down. So what did I do? I did a technique sheet on how do you use and how do you create these as triangles, which is really easy. Can I borrow yours?
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
I hate to point out somebody's mistakes, but everybody does it, at least once.
It's not a mistake, it was a design.
Right, exactly. So instead of putting these together like squares, she ended up putting them together as triangles, okay? But that's okay. I don't like to do this on a regular basis because that means that last seam is a really long bias edge seam. And it can and will stretch out for you rather than piecing these into squares. Don't panic, but realize that's a design opportunity that you can use. And that technique sheet we call Lemoines as triangles. Thank you for letting me share those. This is, and I'm just going to whip through these kind of quickly. This is one, it's called strip piece Lemoines. And what we do, instead of just a single color, 1A strip, 1B strip, that's the diamonds, you strip piece the little strips. So you strip piece and do two colors for one and 2 colors for the other. That one, it's got a medium difficulty. This is a very traditional block. This one is called Liberty Lemoines, and it came out around the 1940s, about the time of World War II. And a little more challenging because you want 3 even strips. I mean, some of those strips have to actually cut something in a 16th.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's worth the effort. This was one of our most popular selling ones. This is called banded Lemoines, where each of the diamonds, and this is also strip pieced, but it requires a couple of extra steps. Again, 5 stars, but it's worth it. And of course, if you've got something that's 5 stars, this one is 5 stars, so you see the banded Lemoine here, that's hard, so make half the block hard, make the other half of them easy. You can mix and match the things that you're doing. One of the other most popular ones we do, and I've heard a lot of you talk about Fair Isle.
Yeah.
This is called blazing Lemoines, and it is all done with strip piecing, but there's more to it. How you do it is in the set of technique sheet instructions. All those technique sheets also have a free video associated with them. So if you pick those up, and I brought 12 of each of the technique sheets down there. So if you come down and you want them, you can get them, otherwise we can ship them to you. These are a couple that, oh, this is one that, did I do it?
You know what number
Mixes
your
and
stall
matches.
is?
So this, I'm sorry?
What number your booth is?
I have no idea. I'm in the Road to California booth. I don't have a booth, I'm just gonna demonstrate in the Road to California
okay.
booth. But there you have the blazing Lemoine as a triangle. So that is one of those times where you would want that triangle, because most of the time we wanna see our baskets set on point. There's another one that's called Starburst Lemoine. It's a newer one, but each of the diamonds has a seam going across the middle. There are a couple of patterns. They don't have them here. They're on the website. This is one where I did it a little while ago. This one is called Water Lily. It's just a pattern. There's one size. It makes 8-inch blocks, but you actually end up shaving and popping off the corner on one. And then this is one that one of my certified instructors designed.
Oh, cool.
This is called Flying Swallows.
Wow.
If the other ones had 5 stars, this one has about 8. Because you don't do this one first. Everybody likes this one the best, but you don't do this one until you've done some of the other ones and you feel real comfortable with it. So it's really kind of fun. You know, you're already starting to see that you can mix and match your colors. We talked a little bit about doing scrappy backgrounds where, you know, there were not only scrappy start points, but scrappy backgrounds, and that's a kind of fun thing to do also. But I love making little ones, and you can go up to the 12-inch, and when you get to the blazing Lemoines, you can double the sizes. So the blazing Lemoines, this is a 12-inch block, but you work with the 6-inch increments. If you work with the 12-inch increments, it ends up being a 24-inch block, which is, I know, I'm talking math and it's late in the day, but you double the size when you work with the blazing Lemoine. Pretty cool stuff. All of these, now you guys are gonna be here, if you go back to your hotel rooms tonight or go back to your homes tonight, go to the website, don't stay up too late, but go to the website and go to the Lemoine Store Techniques, and you can see, I'll walk you through the demonstrations. You might say, oh, I think I can do that now that you've been through the basics of the Lemoine. And we're still not done. I'm still playing with this thing on a fairly regular basis. So, that's all I kind of have for you as a class. Now, class isn't over until 3:30. I'm here till the end, but if some